On October 29th, He Lifeng became the highest-ranking Chinese official in charge of the economy when he was confirmed as the director of the Central Financial and Economic Affairs Commission. The position was previously held by Liu He. Both officials are considered Xi Jinping's allies. Now that Xi has replaced Liu with He, the outside world is trying to understand who He Lifeng is. How is he different from his predecessor? And how will he guide China's economy in the next few years? Hello, welcome to Leisrealtalk. I'm Lei. Before discussing He Lifeng, let's first talk about his predecessor, Liu He. In May 2013, soon after becoming the top leader, Xi Jinping introduced Liu He to visiting U.S National Security Advisor Thomas Donilon by saying, "This is Liu He, and he's very important to me." A few years later, Liu represented Xi Jinping in one of the most difficult Sino-U.S. negotiations, the trade war the Trump administration launched with Beijing. Liu He is a princeling and shared a similar experience with Xi Jinping growing up. Liu's father was a CCP leader who committed suicide during the Cultural Revolution when Liu was only 15. With special permission from China's Premier Zhou Enlai, Liu attended Beijing's 101 Middle School with other princelings. During the Cultural Revolution, he went to the countryside in Jilin and joined the elite 38th Army. He returned to Beijing and worked in a radio factory after military service. When China resumed college admissions in 1977, Liu attended college and received his bachelor's and master's degrees in industrial economics from Renmin University. From 1992 to 1995, he studied in the United States, first as a visiting scholar at Seton Hall University Business School, and later earning a Master of Public Administration from Harvard's Kennedy School. He became a deputy director of the Central Leading Group for Financial and Economic Affairs in 2003, and drafted economic speeches for Jiang Zemin and Hu Jintao. Since Xi Jinping came to power in 2012, Liu He rose rapidly through the ranks, becoming a member of the 18th Central Committee and the 19th Politburo and a vice premier of the State Council. He was Xi Jinping's right-hand man in economic affairs. However, this role he played had largely overshadowed then-Premier Li Keqiang, who passed away last week. Liu He's career ended at the 20th Party Congress in 2022. Some people attributed it to his age, but others disagreed. At 70, Liu was only 3 years older than his replacement, He Lifeng. Zhang Youxia, who was 72, stayed on as the vice chairman of the Central Military Commission. Chen Xi, turning 70, became the president of the Central Party School. Xia Baolong, also 70, was put in charge of the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office. So why didn't Xi Jinping want to keep Liu for a bit longer? A few events have changed the chemistry between the two. First, Liu He's son, Liu Tianran, had resigned as the chairman of the private equity firm Cycus Capital to be compliant with the CCP rule after his dad became the top economic official. However, in 2021, the Financial Times revealed that the junior Liu continued to handle deals behind the scenes and was involved in the investment activities of tech giants Tencent and Jingdong. Secondly, in July 2021, Xi Jinping was outraged when Didi Chuxing secretly went for an IPO in the U.S. right before the CCP's centennial celebrations. The Wall Street Journal said Liu He had to engage in a Mao-style self-criticism after Xi Jinping angrily criticized regulators' negligence. Last but not least, Liu He has criticized the Cultural Revolution and reiterated the importance of reform and opening up. The hardcore leftists in the party call him a big rightist. The leftists also attacked his support for a market-driven economy. As Xi Jinping turned more and more to the left, the division between the two increased, and Liu's American education became a liability rather than an asset. He Lifeng, however, didn't attend school in the West and is therefore more in tune with Xi Jinping regarding their economic visions. So who is He Lifeng? He Lifeng was born in Fujian province At 18, he was sent to rural Fujian to work as a youth laborer to be re-educated during the latter part of the Cultural Revolution. After the end of the Cultural Revolution, similar to Liu He, he went to college in 1978, studied economics at Xiamen University, and graduated with a master's degree in 1984. It was when Deng Xiaoping was rolling out pilot programs for his economic reforms across China, and there were a lot of opportunities. But in October 1984, he started working for the Xiamen municipal government and was promoted to deputy director of the Municipal Finance Bureau a year later. He met Xi Jinping in 1985 when Xi became the deputy mayor of Xiamen. The two became close. He Lifeng was among the few people invited to Xi's wedding when he married China's famed singer Peng Liyuan in September 1987. Liu He and He Lifeng belonged to two different circles of Xi's allies. Liu started to work for Xi Jinping after he became the top leader. Their relationship is a little more than 10 years old, but Xi Jinping has known He Lifeng for almost 40 years. Of all the subordinates Xi Jinping has promoted over the years, he favors the ones who were with him in Fujian the most. Cai Qi, his administrative officer, Wang Xiaohong, his Minister of Public Security, who is also in charge of his safety, He Weidong, the Vice Chairman of the Central Military Commission, and now He Lifeng, his economic czar. These men's relations with Xi Jinping from the early days, when he was a nobody in the party, meant loyalty to Xi Jinping. After Xi Jinping was named Hu Jintao's successor and became CCP's crown prince in 2007, He Lifeng was transferred to Tianjin as a deputy party secretary. He started to work in the central government in 2014 and was a deputy director of the National Development and Reform Commission, overseeing Xi Jinping's Belt and Road Initiative. He was promoted to director and chairman of the commission in 2017, with the responsibility of formulating a master plan for China's economy. At the party congress last October, He Lifeng made it to the Politburo. In March this year, he became the second-ranking vice premier of the State Council, behind Premier Li Qiang and Executive Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang. Even though he ranks the third in the State Council, he has more power than Li Qiang and Ding Xuexiang. He Lifeng is Xi Jinping's most trusted economic advisor. While Liu He played this role, he overshadowed then-Premier Li Keqiang. With He Lifeng replacing Liu now, He will overshadow the current premier, Li Qiang. The outside world is interested in the economic and financial policies He Lifeng has in his pocket. People try to understand whether he prefers a market or a planned economy, but He Lifeng is, first and foremost, a loyal follower of Xi Jinping. He does what Xi Jinping wishes only. In his early career, He Lifeng was more inclined toward a market economy. In the 2008 speech at his alma mater, he said that he and those entered colleges at the end of the Cultural Revolution were the direct beneficiaries of the reforms and opening up policies. But when Xi Jinping, his political benefactor, issued a clear directive to move to the left, he changed position quickly. Ever since He Lifeng became vice premier, he has more than once indicated that he would follow Xi Jinping's policy of realizing the utopian common prosperity. In December 2021, in an op-ed for People's Daily, He Lifeng supported common prosperity and called for empowering the government to have a bigger say in raising labor compensation and wealth distribution. In August 2022, he published an article in the Economic Daily stating that strengthening the CCP's overall leadership of economic work is the fundamental guarantee for China's economic development. He said, "The key to doing a good job in China lies with the party." It's interesting to know that the transition between Liu He and He Lifeng lasted from March to October. Why did it take 7 months? While He Lifeng's experience in international economic affairs was limited to the Belt and Road Initiative, Liu's knowledge of and good relations with the West cannot be easily replaced. On January 18th, 2 months before his retirement, Liu He had a constructive meeting with the U.S. Treasury Secretary Yellen in Switzerland, which lasted about 3 hours and went beyond schedule. When Yellen visited China in the summer, she held another substantive talk with Liu. This corroborates a report in South China Morning Post in June that Liu He, after stepping down from his duties, still participates in internal meetings on economic affairs with a high degree of influence. Liu He left behind a void that He Lifeng cannot fill. Xi Jinping is aware of that. But I don't think Liu will sit in economic meetings for long. After the death of former Premier Li Keqiang, officials like Liu He, who are perceived as pro-West, will be more careful with what they say. I think Liu He will fade out soon. Beijing's relations with the United States cannot turn back to what it was before. Xi Jinping knows that sooner or later, he will have to face off with the U.S. Therefore, leading the economy to someone who does best following his orders is his priority. He Lifeng is the best suitable candidate to do that job. With that said, China's economy will be ever more state-controlled. We should fasten our seatbelts and get ready for a pending storm. That's all for today. I thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and share and subscribe. I'll see you next time.